Where's the Pokemon now?
I hope we don't lose. Alex is a good friend, so is Russian Impact, and I hate losing to friends.
Yeah, I can't believe
I hate losing to people I don't like, but I fucking absolutely despise losing to people I do like. So I hope we don't lose.
Oh,
surprise!
Go StarCraft!
Did you win your Hearthstone tournament?
Why are you here?
I made it to the top 8. I'll be playing tomorrow.
Oh, you're playing against tomorrow?
You're playing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Who else is it? Who else is it?
I see your game against what that fucker? Warrior.
Koyuki.
Yeah.
Koyuki. I saw the one.
Oh, his name was Kabi.
Bobby.
Is he good?
Yeah, I mean, they were all good. I lost the first match and then won the next 3, so I made it to the next 10.
I see your game face, dude. I see your game face. You were like part of the cards and shit.
Yeah.
And then you're like top deck Drax's motherfucker.
You know El Polo Loco?
Mm-hmm.
The Mexican chicken place. Do you like that one?
I've never been there. Sounds like I would like it.
Bueno.
Muy bien.
Oh my god.
Really bueno, really bueno.
Really.
How do you say really in Mexican?
Muy
you.
Muy bueno.
What deck are you running?
I'm running a paladin. You don't even have a paladin on here. Shake it. Oh, you got the Clento priest.
It's from way long ago. I'm not sure if it's the same list. What's your list?
I have no idea, man.
Okay, step aside.
Okay. Coach needs Trump.
Really good.
You don't run Solemn Vigil?
No, I tried it a lot and it turns out to not be that good.
Oh.
Which is a shame because it is a very cool card.
You run a Blessing of Kings?
Yeah, that one's recent innovation.
Twitch.
It's quite good, I think.
Are we heading very fast now?
Yeah, the shuttle and the Uber's here.
What's mine? Where's my bill? What is that?
Here comes the mug.
You get that yawn shot? It's great. Can't believe you still play that game.
What? It's fun.
You're hardcore.
It's like Pokemon.
I was like, this is the new game, we should play it. And then Turtle just started playing it. I didn't even play. I played for like 2 hours, I guess.
Alright, let's go over shit.
It's like a piece of hair on my face.
Okay, so basis of today's second band, Fid Yasto, you guys already know that. What we're gonna try is leave 2 OPs up and just take the better OP. That's the way we get ahead. They can take pretty much anything, but outside the OP list, like everything has counters, everything. Some things are bad when they're picked first, like it's pretty even.
Okay.
But that's the basis of pick and ban, okay? So either we 1 for 1 or we 1 for 0. There's never going to be situations where we 1 for 2 because we'll be able to control the number. So let's go over individual notes for players.
Okay. Let's try with Centaur.
Okay. So we talked about the accountability thing. Like we didn't get to enforce it all the way, but I do want to talk about where people should be active, okay?
A problem that we've had for pretty much as long as I can remember is we would play a certain way in scrims and we wouldn't translate that onto the LCS. And a big part of that was our shot calling. So our shot calling in scrims would be somewhat decent, and most of the time people would know what to do, so they would just do it. And in LCS, people sometimes get flustered, people sometimes are tilted, people sometimes get stage fright, and they don't play the exact same way, and the exact same calls aren't made. So we assign each player a certain part of shot calling. So we call it the accountability project, where we assign each player a certain role and a certain responsibility, and they're accountable for it. And if they don't do it, then we know who didn't do it and what we need to improve on.
We're putting responsibilities on every player now, just so we can move things along and we don't have like the bystander effect where we say we should have done that, we should have done that, and then we don't really have anyone to blame if things go wrong. So we're starting to do that now, and I think it's really helping us. It's not like we're just putting blame on players, it just helps us have constructive practice, I guess, and have things to learn after the game.
I think one of the bigger reasons that we focus so much on communication is because we had that trouble ending the game against Cloud9, and watching the replay, we all knew what we should have done. But since there's no constant process in every single scrim, sometimes we go into scrims and everyone just autopilots because we know how to end the game. But then on stage, there is not that autopiloting mode because everything feels different. You're not in the same environment, so you don't just take the steps without communicating. So we're a lot more focused on communicating everything we do and communicating how we're gonna do it every single time, because communication is always gonna translate, but just doing things automatically might not always do.
So we considered week 2 as like probably the toughest week of LCS, mainly because TFP is a really aggressive team and you don't really know what you're going up against. Like they pull out Yasuo Fizz in both lanes, so you never know when they pick one champion, you don't know what lane is going. And second of all, if you pick a champion, they probably have a counter pick that we might not have played against before. So going into TFP, we always feel like sort of comfortable, but it's not like we're confident at all because they can pull out something that will catch up off guard.
People were saying that TFP is the strongest team against us in playoffs and they haven't changed their roster at all. They're still sort of the same team. They play Rush very aggressively. Impact is a great player and we're still changing a way some of our foundations work. So they were just going to be hard.
We're going to take a chunk out of Rush and now they're pinging the invade after it. They do have a war.
Oh my god!
All right, he's just. Oh, he's got barrier back up.
Oh! Got him!
And his flash. Oh, Xiao off the 3 members of Team Impulse. Can he snipe a straggler here?
Take some damage from Apollo. Red buff is on Sin.
Coming.
Luckily.
On Thresh.
Azir's low. Azir no flash. Azir no flash.
Severe. Thresh is dead.
Guys, turret.
Kill him. Tower doesn't work in the beginning.
Nice. Okay, nice. Alright, get out of tower range.
That was good. He baited my flash.
It's okay.
I might be able to go on Rumble. I can go on Rumble. Coming.
I'm killing the tower top. Dragon's in 3 minutes.
Oh wow. He did more damage than I thought.
Yeah, he's pretty strong.
There goes our 11th consecutive dragon! I'm so angry! Our average game length is too long. Yeah. Good for fantasy points. So recently Parth got Lustboy, no he didn't. He got Lustboy and Dyrus on his fantasy team. So he's been trying to do a lot of late game strategies where they can earn him maximized fantasy points. And then for someone like Turtle, he's been trying to get Turtle off of hyper carries and more on utility carries, so Turtle just doesn't get that big of a score, doesn't have much of a CS lead. I thought it was really odd. So I logged on to his League of Legends account and I checked his fantasy league, and it turns out his opponent this week was fielding Wild Turtle. And then he was also very rude to Bjergsen throughout the week. And then, funnily enough, one of his enemies was fielding Bjergsen in a fantasy league. It just
None of that is true.
Look, I'm gonna rotate mid right now.
I'm on Impact. Yeah, I'm coming.
Come mid.
Yeah, Zanyas. Impact Zanyas.
Come mid.
Impact no Zanyas.
Mid.
Yeah.
From Impact, he's forced away. 2 inhibs down. Minions battering on the front.
I'm gonna flash ult here.
Yeah, I'm coming. Seven no spell shield. I'm on Azir.
Rumble.
Look at Sliver. Okay, nice.
Impact can't do anything, nor can Apollo. This is gonna be absolutely GG.
And TSM, they went back to focusing mid lane, throw a few resources over there, ganks from multiple people, support ganks as well. Bjergsen takes that advantage happily and turns it into many kills.
12, 3, and 3. Not only was he at 15 of 17 kill participation, he had more kills than the entire enemy team. He had more kills than anyone else on his team had assists. Just
TIP have been looking really strong. They played Yasuo and Fizz like a kind of untraditional comp, but it's super aggressive. So that's something we felt like we had to ban out. And TIP is just, they're a very scary team because they can just pull out anything at any time, especially their solo laners or strong individual players that have wide champion pools, so you just never know what to expect against a team like TFP.
Like we had practiced a lot of LeBlanc and Rek'Sai in scrims, and we knew how to like snowball our advances to the other lanes, so we roamed on all lanes, and Bjergsen solo killed Wisha a few more times, and I feel like that was one of those games where we actually like snowballed the lead efficiently, and that's what we want to do every single game, because if we get a lead, we have to make sure that we can drive it through.
I mean, I didn't die, but I felt like, so for the longest time we were standing middle and bottom, and I'm like, and we're like, guys, I think there should be a better way to end the game, and I'm like, wait, I should split push, and then the game ended.
Yeah, we should, if you just realized, yeah, if anyone had realized that 10 or 2 minutes before, especially when we had Baron, we were pushing one lane with Baron.
But we're going to need to perform just like that, even better, clean up our act for tomorrow.
Dude, why don't we need you?
I'm just pretty safe, I tell you.
You both enter the jungle, and when they have 4 people in the jungle, we can safely push and clear this ward and clear this ward. Again, this ward is situational, but it just depends on how easily they can set up flanks. If they have teleport control and they have a good 4-man, they could flank us in this jungle. That's the only reason I'm saying this. But if that's not possible, you don't have to worry about these visions as much.
Alright.
Right?
Yeah.
I think they're just making us remember the basic. Like, we don't want to forget things we've already learned. So with the analysts here, that means they're constantly reminding us that we need to do this, and they're just really strict about it. And I think that's really helping our team come together right now.
So our analysts are really, really useful to us. Parf, now that he's living with us, he's able to give another voice of reason. He's older than us, and he's very mature. He does his job well, and he's easy to get along with. As for Dylan, he's always reminding us about the basic and advanced stuff. It's really important because if we forget it or we don't heed his warnings, usually something goes wrong. And he always reports to us about information in other games along with Parf. They both do a really, really good job.
So one of the things I implemented was when we learn new concepts or new ideas, champion matchups, everything, it's just a lot of information to sort of internalize. What we're doing with notebooks is each player has his own, so they have their own matchup notes that they do either during solo queue or scrims, and then the support staff has an idea of how compositions should be played. So when we have one-on-one meetings with players during the week, we sort of go over matchups, see if any of our assumptions are changed. When a new patch hits, do we lower priority on certain champions? Do we increase priority on others? And when we say we don't play a champion for a little while, or 2 or 3 weeks, and we have to suddenly bring it back, the notebooks also give players a chance to go back and review their notes for specific champions. And so the notebooks that we reiterate before LCS games definitely helps with that.
Where's the shuttle? It should be here.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I lost all the keys today until.
Oh shit.
We're gonna lose.
Oh my god. Today's game is versus CLG. They have a lot of faith in their team.
The shuttle's here.
Hello? Okay, deal. Well, name of the game today is lead between 2 picks that are similar in strength, or give them all a star and play Bard. Bard or Janna.
That's my best Bard impression.
So today's second ban is ban 1, ban Rise, because you don't give a team Rise. It's pretty simple. Ban 2, so one thing that we decided was we were just gonna do the scenario where we give them 2 OPs and then they either ban 1 and then we ban the other one and no one gets OPs, or they give us 2 OPs and then they take a big good one and then we take the slightly not good one. But one thing we figured out was if we're trading them Rek'Sai for All-Star or trading them Gragas for All-Star, then we're coming out really behind. Like if they're getting Gragas and then we get All-Star and they just like Bard into it.
Yeah.
So we're just, in that case, we're just gonna ban the jungle and then give them All-Star. So the second ban is gonna be matching Kalista and All-Star ban.
Why can't we just get the 1-for-1 trade?
Because they can decide the last one, and then because what is it? We're gonna be giving them 3 picks, and then for that 1-for-1, like say we give them Rek'Sai, Kalista, All-Star, okay, and then they have last ban, or they have second last ban. They can choose to ban Kalista, the middle pick, and then leave up 2 shitty picks, or 1 good pick, 1 shitty pick. If there's 3 picks, they want to ban the middle one and leave the worst one and the best one. So they either get the worst one for free, or they get the best one and they give us the worst. Right now, our early game 2v1 decent, laning decent. The biggest problem we're having, dragon control actually decent too. The biggest problem we're having is once we get towers, how we're ending the game and how we're extending our lead. Our lead goes like we get early lead from ganking and getting early dragons, early turrets, and then we plateau and then we don't do anything and the gold gap keeps closing. Make sure we're constantly upping the gold gap. That's what should happen. When we're winning early game, our mid game should be about snowballing, not about them closing distance on us. Alright,
go over individual nodes.
Okay. Isn't it the same as yesterday?
Yes, but we should go over them.
Alright. Well, same things as yesterday. Lane swaps, wave control. You call for help you need, you stay super vocal with Centauri, okay? It's something specific from yesterday, but if bottom does call Mia and we have a winning bot lane matchup, like something like Vayne versus Sivir or Kalista versus something, remember they can just all go top, okay?
Yeah.
If Zion falls behind in lane, he will roam to try to catch up.
Yeah,
He's not going to stay in lane.
Yeah.
He's going to make risky TP and roams.
Yeah, he will.
He does from lane gank a lot with Rumble, where he just goes down bottom. Early game, recognize which lanes need help. Bottom usually independent.
You guys backstage?
Alright, let's start moving.
ASAP, game ending.
I don't feel like it might be because they're not playing as aggressive on stage than in scrims, because in scrims they always like do stuff instantly, like they never hesitate and stuff, and I feel like on stage they might hesitate a bit and therefore we can always catch them off guard.
So even though we beat them 5 times straight in LCS, my opinion of them hasn't really changed. And it's that they're a really, really strong team when they want to be, because every time we play against them, the win is not like easily taken from them. It's just a really, really hard fought win every single time. I just feel like they fall short against other teams because either 1, they don't take them seriously enough, or 2, they're like in that slump of where they do really, really good at the start of the split, and then towards the end they choke at playoffs or they choke in whatever game, and they do something really weird, or something went wrong, or maybe something with coaching went wrong. Their picks get really weird. Like something unfortunate always happens at CLG, even though their players are all like mechanically good enough to beat other teams.
Darius is pretty good against Bard, by the way.
They're probably on Kalista.
If are we playing Bard? That thing.
Okay.
They can play full early and with Lee LeBlanc.
Do you think we should just pick LeBlanc?
I was thinking about it.
Is this the first Bard game?
No, I don't think so.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
We picked it because we thought it was good here.
This is actually one of the tougher scenarios. They banned really well against us, especially given what we banned against them. I think Loco made good calls in the order of priority in which he picked the champion, so hopefully we do well.
Nice, I'm coming.
I'm pushing up
Run.
You're okay, you're okay.
I think it's here.
I'm coming slowly.
Help him. Darius, be ready to rotate. Be ready to rotate.
I'm on my way.
I'm coming.
on my way.
Goes down, however. CLG collapses nicely on the fight, and
I'm coming.
Keep kiting.
We shouldn't fight this. Don't fight this.
Yeah, I shouldn't have tried to auto them.
Fuck. We just have to fight as a team.
Yeah, it's fine. Just let me like push out.
Yeah, I was backing too. They get up blue now, but it's fine. I'll res 15. Charles can get that.
Yeah, I'll get our res
3
here.
minutes.
They're really strong. They're really
Yeah, I can
strong.
come. But Kalista's really strong though.
No, she's not that strong.
She's pretty weak.
Yeah, she's
Darius can go, I think.
I have Mega Gnar.
Coming. Look, Kalista.
I'm going.
Kalista.
I'm on my way. Nice.
Nice.
X-Mini.
Okay, Afro.
Get Afro. You guys got him.
I'm coming for
We
Afro.
got him.
Nice.
Nice.
Get mid turret here. Get mid turret here.
Get mid turret here.
Even if Vizier comes, we got it.
Good job, guys.
Oh, could be an ultimate. Eyes still on Dyrus. He's able to throw Zion Spartan back. It's still tanky, and that's going to give the team enough time. That's double lift and Smithy in the Bard out. Double lift can still start to kite back. Pole Belter was just on the outside, but it's a triple kill for Bjergsen. The team was able to start kiting and make it happen. It is going to be Lustboy going down as Doublelift and Pole Belter now run for the hills. Bjergsen should be able to close the gap as he's going the long way around. He will get the cut. Doublelift will get hit, but they focus Pole Belter so they can clean up both of them. That's the mirror image. He's going to be able to get back in for the double kill, and TSM now capitalizes on a CLG error. And it looks like TSM's going to be able to figure out which target they want. Now, who wants to take the magical journey? A Cosmic Binding only hits Smithy. Santorin's into the back line. That's going to be Aframu going down very fast. Pole Belter is low, and he gets popped by the Ignite. 40 minutes into this one, 17-7. Team Solo mid takedown counter Logic Gaming.
I played Bard like in solo queue like 100 games. Now I'm pretty good at Bard and I had a confidence on it and I think I played pretty well.
The game against CLG, I think we got a pretty favorable draft for ourselves. We really like getting the early Rek'Sai, especially if they're going to pick something like Lee Sin, because we have the superior early game jungler, and if Lee Sin doesn't get those early games off and he doesn't get those ganks going, he isn't really that useful later in the game. So I think we played the game pretty controlled throughout the early game. We weren't trying to make too many aggressive plays early because they did have Lee Sin, and we knew if he didn't get those ganks, he would be behind and be less useful. But we saw an opportunity for a big play bottom where we went with 4 and 5 mana, and I think that's really what opened up the map, and that's what let us win the game, because as soon as you get ahead on a comp like LeBlanc Sivir, it's extremely hard for the enemy team to come back.
Honestly, in scrims, VLG plays really crisp and they have a good idea of what they want to do, and Zion is really quick to pick up champions and he carries really hard. But for some reason, whenever they play on stage, Zion will play a lot of champions that I don't think are suitable for Zion, and the team as a whole crumbles very fast. So I think it's some kind of a mentality issue, and also they're just not translating what they're doing in scrims to on stage. So next week we have Dignitas and TDK. Both teams are a bit close to the heart for me because Helios recently joined Dignitas, and Helios is a really good friend of mine, so I always wanted to do well. They're both mid-tier teams, maybe even on the lower tier. So this week I don't think shouldn't be that hard. A lot of our practice went into fixing our mid game and our communication more so than like doing individual prep for them. Of course, our prep for them is going to be strong and we put a lot of work into it, but that just wasn't the main focus of our week.